Good morning, good morning. Man, it is a Monday. And I mean that in the most Monday possible way. I am exhausted. Absolutely exhausted to the point where it's funny. Like, you know when you hit your funny bone, or like I'm getting a little older. I'm going to share this with you guys. Or you sneeze and you pull your back and you hurt so bad that your body doesn't know how to react to it, so you just laugh. That's how exhausted I am right now. But hey, it is Monday. I am excited to be with you guys. What an eventful weekend. Beautiful weekend celebrating veterans. There was so much. What did we do? Friday, we had... Hold on, we got a viewer here. Hello.
What are you doing on this side of town?
I am currently streaming live right now in the truck at clickorlando.com. We're here talking about the intersection. Some resident out here named Steve sent us out asking who's got the right of way and all that stuff. Are you a News 6 watcher?
No, but my husband is Corporal Reed.
Ah, okay. I know Corporal Reed.
Yes.
Gotcha.
I've met you a couple times.
A family member over here, not a real viewer. So.
But no, I didn't.
Okay. Awesome. So yeah, that's what I'm over here doing.
Oh, awesome.
Cool. Nice to see you. Tell him I said hi.
I will.
Bye. Looks like we got some followers out here. We had Steve, the actual viewer for the one that we're out here for. I'll get to that in a second. And then my law enforcement family stopping by to say hi. All right, so where were we? These people throw me off. Celebrating our veterans this weekend, and that was a really good time. We got to host the parade in downtown Orlando, which was flippin' phenomenal. Crystal Moyer and I had such an amazing time. The city of Orlando was so hospitable to us. The community came out in full force to support their veterans, and it was just, I'm going to use the term, a magical experience. It really was. The vibe was great. The participants had a great time, and it was really cool. We got to air that on News 6 Plus, and it was a blast. And then, of course, UCF game. What? I switched into tactical gear and did some reserve time and worked with UCF Police Department. And what is this car? Dude, watch this car. Look at this car in front. Going the wrong way. Going the wrong way. With us right here streaming. Unbelievable. Did y'all see that? So, if you look up ahead, there's a right turn only sign. There's a do not enter sign. The car went out into the intersection and then made the left. And we're not even here for that reason. Anyway, unbelievable. So we're out here today in Tavares, the city of Tavares, along 441 here. And Blanton Lane, 441 and Blanton Lane in Tavares. Steve sent a message asking when I'm turning right onto 441 from Blanton, so we're going north on Blanton here, right at the intersection, and someone is making a U-turn on 441, who has the right-of-way? I encountered this a lot, and if you hopped on the stream like super early, there was a Steve actually showed up out here, which was really cool. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna tackle it. We're gonna experience it. We're gonna show you the intersection out here, and really go through and see how things are looking. I think it's a great idea to come out, and some of the Ask Trooper Steves that we could use, turn them into patrols, because we can visit the actual intersection itself. So huge shout out to Steve for giving us an email to come out here and check this out. So let's go look at it. So we're north on Blanton here. You come up to the intersection. It is a right turn only. You're not going to do what that dummy did a little while ago and come out to the intersection, cross 3 lanes of traffic, make a left over a median, and enter a do not enter sign. It's pretty clear what it says right here. So right turn only, turning signal. I'm looking right to make sure traffic is clear. Traffic is not clear, so we're just gonna hang out and wait for a second. 3 lanes of traffic. You've got to make sure you're paying attention here because there is a overpass. Some oversized loads coming through. They've got their warning equipment on. Very nice. And you want to make sure you go into your furthest right travel lane if you're making the right turn. So that's the travel lane I'm currently looking at. Again, Blanton and 441. I'm going to come out. And we're out. We're good. So let's go ahead and head on out. And we're on 441 here. So we're headed east right now along 441. And the question was whether the U-turn or the right turn has the right turn right away out here. So we're going to get turned around, and we are going to conduct a U-turn, and I'm going to talk about it just a little bit. So we're here. We're going to make that U-turn out here because nothing preventing us. You can see no sign saying don't make a U-turn. Biggest thing is the size of this truck. So I want to make sure that I am prepared to fully make the U-turn safely. Here we go. We're gonna make it. My wheel is cut. I'm gonna start a little early, slowly, and we're out. Right? U-turn complete, get on the gas. This is not a time to go slow when you do stuff like this. You don't want to spin your tires or anything, but you do want to get up to speed, especially if you have that other traffic coming. So here we are. We're north or west on 441. We're coming here to Blanton. No sign indicating I can't make a U-turn, but my turning signal is on. Right? So we're here. If there was a vehicle here, who has to wait? Who has the control? I have zero control here. I am going to make my U-turn. I have the right of way. I do not have a stop sign, so therefore I'm allowed to come out. I'm yielding me because I'm crossing travel lanes, but I don't have a posted stop sign. Who has a posted stop sign? Blanton Lane has a posted stop sign. And there are 2 parts to properly obeying a posted stop sign. What are those 2 parts? Let's talk about it real quick. The 2 parts to stopping at a stop sign. First one is going to be like here. I stop, which is come to a complete stop, and if I had to pull out a little bit, I yield right of way to anybody else out in the intersection. You heard me? I yield right of way to anybody out in the intersection. So there are 2 parts to it. Just because you stop and you continue through doesn't mean you completed it. Because if there's somebody out in the intersection and you hit them, you didn't obviously yield. Make sense? All right, let's get out of here and go back out there, do it again, and we'll talk about it. And then I want to get out into Blanton, and I want to talk about Blanton Lane. This is super simple. I love that we get to come out and do this. If you're just joining us this morning, good morning on this gloomy Monday. We're meteorologist Jonathan Kagas in for your morning meteorologist Candace Campos. And we are up in the Tavares area, and the weather today is very gloomy all day, and this is what we're looking at. About 30-40% chance of rain they're predicting as it continues through the rest of the week. We are currently in the city of Tavares along 441 up here between Hilltop Road. So see right here, this truck has the right of way. These other cars don't, but yet they push through. They should have let that white truck go. And they should have their seatbelt on, which they didn't. So we're looking on to the left here. We're making sure traffic is not coming through. We're good, we're good, we're good. But look, I am blocking the crosswalk here. So I'm going to back up so that the bicycle can get across. No cars behind me. Traffic's coming. I'm going to be sitting here for a minute. So I'm going to let this bicycle, see him coming? Down there. Let them cross. And they complete all the way through. So you've got to make sure there's so much other stuff you have to pay attention to other than just cars. We've got bicycles, pedestrians, children, dogs, cats, whatever. In Florida, you really never know. So we're waiting traffic to come through. It looks like it gets pretty busy out here in the Tavares area along 441 during this hour. So I could definitely understand the questions. But if you know the answers, then we could probably minimize some of the crashes that are occurring out here. So for example, here out in front of me, you have this red car. I don't know where this red car wants to go, but I have to pay attention to them. Because if they wanted to make a U-turn, I've got to sit right here and allow them to do so. So I'm waiting for a traffic break to come over on the left side of me here, and so is this red car. So I am going to wait and see what this red car is going to do. Red car is making a left. I have one SUV coming. I can head on out. All right, let's head back over to Blanton. Because I'm going to make a U-turn up here, I've got to be real careful. A lot of traffic. A lot of traffic. So what I want to do, I'm driving a large truck, come over and lock my wheel so that I know I can make this safely and smooth. I want to make it quick. I want to make sure that I'm not hesitating out into these medians, to these intersections. How often do you guys are behind somebody and they're conducting a lane change or something, and they're going so slow that it's causing almost a bigger issue, whether if they were doing it or not? Does that make sense? That the speed of which they are doing something is causing such a problem because it's slowing traffic down. That can be real dangerous, and you need to be very, very cautious of that. So I'm still waiting for some traffic to clear. I want to make sure I can clear this U-turn safely. I do not want to push out into traffic and make sure no one stops. So just because I'm saying Blanton, the question that we're out here for, has to stop, that does not mean the U-turn does not need to be made properly. It needs to be made swiftly. It needs to be made methodically. And you got to do it. And you can't hesitate. So here we go. School bus is coming down, gives us some space. I'm going to go right after these SUVs here. And we're going. Get on the gas. And we're off. See, no problems. All right, so now, again, if you're just joining us this morning, good morning. We're out here in Tavares off of 441 and Blanton Lane. The question, viewer Steve, he approached us right before the live stream, was who yields to who? The person making the U-turn, or the person on 441, or the person making a right on Blanton? Well, we've answered the main question that the U-turn has the right-of-way because they're, look, under no control. There is no control here, but law still requires me to yield. So I'm yielding, but that stop sign over there has to wait. So we're going to come back out here. This is Blanton. We're out here along Blanton. Had some viewers and supporters come out here and say hi a little while ago. Very kind of them. We'll get turned around here in just a second. Find me a little U-turn spot. But I hope you guys are having a good morning. We had a crazy busy weekend at News 6, supporting our community, making sure our veterans were represented, and it was go, go, go. Then, of course, I was over at the UCF home game, and if you were on social a little bit, you may have seen that we had a little incident outside the News 6 building along John Young. A gentleman crashed his motorcycle pretty bad, and we were able to get out there and get fire rescue to him rather quickly. So crazy weekend. I'm exhausted, and I am so glad that I get to bring you a little information. So we're out here again on Blanton and 441, and Steve asked who yields to who when at this intersection if someone on 441 wants to make a right. So we're going to do it again one more time before we wrap this up, and then we start News 6 at 9. So we're here, you approach it, northbound Blanton, stop sign, meaning it is required your vehicle comes to a complete stop at the stop sign stop bar. Step 2, yield right of way to anybody coming. So now I can ease out a little bit over the cross as long as no one's coming. I'm looking to the left There are cars coming. My turning signal is on. Remember, you're going to turn into the furthest right. Currently, there is no one out in front of me to make a left or a U-turn, so I'm not overly concerned about them just yet. But I do have to keep my eye on that. I'm keeping my eye to the left. I'm keeping my eye to the left. My turning signal is on. And you're kind of watching yourself here. You have to make sure you are 100% situationally aware. You are paying attention. There are no distractions. It does look after this tanker truck that we have some room. And then we're going to come out. Look, there's no one in front of us, so we're headed on out. This was a good one. I like stuff like this, that we can come out, really educate a little bit, show what's going on, and hopefully get some type of compliance and minimizing any type of crashes that we see from things that, you know, people aren't doing maliciously, people aren't doing really even carelessly. They just maybe just don't know, and that's okay sometimes, that we just don't know, and we learn a little bit, we figure it out, and then hopefully you can share it with somebody and teach them. I had a moment out here with Steve, the viewer who sent this. He came up just to say hi, loves what we do over at News 6, and he was like, man, I record your stuff so that I could watch it later. Well, you know what? If you see something that really sticks out to you that you don't even know, maybe you should share it with somebody. Even if someone's like, duh, that's what my job is to talk about the duh. The duh being the things that we think everyone knows that really, maybe they don't. Maybe that it is something we need to chat about. So, guys, thank you for joining us. We are out here in Tavares today talking about 441 and Blanton Lane, who has the right-of-way. Number one thing to figuring that out is making sure, one, who has the control. If you're making a U-turn, you're required to yield to other traffic, but you have no controls there. Someone making a right into your lane has a stop sign, they would have to stop and yield, meaning the U-turn has the right-of-way there. Got to be real careful when doing stuff like that. Again, thanks for joining us out here on your Monday. Please make sure you are safe. Going to be a little dreary of a week, but hey, positivity, everything. Have a great day, guys. Be safe, and always wear your seatbelt.